has it on there for career night, you can take a screenshot, or you can get the QR code. Or if you go to our Facebook page, it's on in events, there's an event Facebook page.
Yeah.
Cherry Grove.
The off-road road that was accepted.
It's right here.
Not have my person's address, and it says right here. And the letters actually asked us to provide your address, but you're the same. So I was like, why?
So should I still write him and then
I
sign up sheet that you're telling me about, like on our page, so that I have my name under
I
the
thought
same?
some close. When you make taxes, so
Yeah.
why do you?
Yeah, Cherry Grove is, it's also 20 years back.
They're, well, they're
And how, she every 6 weeks, right? Every month.
Yeah, once a month, it's usually on the third of the month, we
Okay.
have to change it to Wednesday this month, just for scheduling purposes.
Oh, that makes.
Yeah.
That they were using part of that.
What did they say? They thought you?
Sure, my God, that's a great.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Cat,
Like, why would you just
Yeah,
say something and you don't even know?
They don't, but they.
Well, you can't write it.
Yeah, it's they're quality.
I get.
Relay message that.
Yeah.
Test it out. But you know, when you let me know.
Right, 'cause I'm not used to it.
Well, at least I can do it. I'm not saying. Banging the wire.
She was trying to skip right past that, right?
I went in there like, man, the voice is like. I appreciate it.
Motion point.
That's funny. I called it, girl.
It's not one side.
Birthday sucker, actually, I need that for you. Yeah.
Oh, I think.
Alright. Everybody, sheet, everybody good?
Actually, I.
You know, it's gonna be a good meeting, you know why? I got this bad boy out.
Oh, it already is.
I got the FRA out. Alright, guys, it is 11:03, we got an appointment at 11, so I'm 3 minutes late. How's everybody? Good. It's hot outside.
Yay.
But we're not complaining yet. It was funny, William called me yesterday for my birthday, and how he feels about the winter is how I feel about Cincinnati summer. Yeah, yeah, it's like walking into somebody's mouth. It's private. And don't get me wrong. When we have that humidity in Cincinnati, don't get me wrong. All right, well, let's kick it off. We've got a jam-packed meeting and awards today, so thank you guys for coming in. And here we go. And there's the birthdays. So Dimple Alex has a birthday later this week. Kendall's got a birthday this month.
Gemini.
So yeah.
Yeah, like you
Say
said,
birthday.
personalities.
It means two, not split.
It means two personalities.
Yes, yes.
Good,
Taurus-
gooder.
The Taurus season is over today, and then it starts Gemini.
Right, bullheaded.
I've got 2 Geminis in my life.
You're a Taurus, yeah.
I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
And my daughter's Gemini, David's Gemini. So
Okay.
I'm very familiar with Gemini.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. The birthdays, there we go. And thank you everyone who sent me messages yesterday. That was fun. It was fun. I like looking at Facebook, and it's always funny when you look at Facebook and you see the messages that are like the same exact message because they just hit the suggested message, and then you see the ones that are like they took the time and did something fun, and those are the ones that stand out. So hint, hint, when you're sending someone a Facebook message on their birthday, maybe not use the auto-populated one, stand out a little bit, because you do actually see that. All right. Bucket fills. Who has some buckets to fill?
I have one. I will fill Shannon's bucket. She has been here for all of a week. You might have seen her last week at team meeting. That was her first day in our team. And 2 days later on Red Day, she was up to her knees in trash. Like just immediately jumping in, embracing what we were doing. No questions asked, no complaint, just like, let's get this done. Literally 2 days.
Oh,
Yeah. But you were there too.
Yeah, you were right in that.
We were all there.
Yes, yeah.
All there. Who else has Buckettville?
Bucket full for everybody who came out to Red Day.
Yes.
It got so much done and it was so great, felt so rewarding.
Yeah.
I thought everybody could stand and there was a lot of work to be done. Everybody was out there with their shovels and their clippers and the whole 9 yards, so.
Yeah, this
Bucketful
act
too.
this act hurt. Like the next day, I was honestly like a little sore just from the act of picking up trash and didn't expect.
Oh, you got off easy then.
84 bags of trash.
84 bags of trash.
It's tires and numerous pieces of autos, bumpers, fender wells.
Yeah, well, and the tires. I think you helped remove 6 of the tires, but there was a whole nother section of tires that were removed earlier.
Really?
30.
Les did, oh my gosh.
Yes,
Les and-
Les Edwards, yeah.
There were so many times.
Yeah. I think it was a total of around 30 tires that were removed.
Really?
Yeah.
It's impressive.
It was a good day. So Keep Cincinnati Beautiful was the organization we worked with through Cincinnati Parks Department, and they were very appreciative. It felt like it was a shorter period of time that we worked this year than usual. But I feel like we were all on one site, which was great. In years past, we've been kind of chopped up in different locations and got a lot of work done, and they appreciated that help. So it's good. Fun day. What else? One more bucket fill.
I just want to fill everybody because everybody's been so awesome for me here and supportive, and I've learned a lot. And I just really appreciate everybody's time and kindness. I can say a lot more, but basically I just thank you to everybody.
Yep, you are experiencing the fire hose, right? KW right now, red day on your second day. All the things you even did Ignite in all of April, so there's a lot to say. All right, well, we'll keep on moving, but I'm gonna have to warn you, we're gonna have to get a little bit more energy. Cause we're gonna be talking about numbers, which I get excited about, so you guys are gonna have to stay with me on that. All right, we're gonna keep going. Just a couple of updates on the calendar. We had contract classes earlier today. We have on Thursday, we've got some other slides on this, but this is just update on the calendar. I'll go through this here in a minute. All right, just a reminder, it is KW Cares Month, so we are still shy of our $890 goal. Every little bit counts. If you guys wanted to scan this code, that's gonna go to a direct link to our KW Cares site, and I encourage you all to donate. We've had quite a few donations that have come through in our transactional giving, which is great, but this is an additional for KW Cares Month. I have about 150 about $300 in cash that has been donated over the last few months, just from people putting it in buckets that I'm going to take to the bank. So that's going to go towards this. So hopefully we can hit our goal. Probably by Friday, we'll send out an update of how close we are. And so hopefully we can get that goal of 890. If we get the goal of $890, then we get to do a call with Mo Anderson. So we definitely want to hit that goal. Please donate. Okay. So we are going to jump into it. And so I copied a couple of slides from a team meeting that Tara did in Lexington at the beginning of this year. And I thought it's really interesting because I know that we're halfway through Q2 of 2026, which means we're almost halfway through 2026, which is really kind of scary to think about. And it's always nice to kind of refresh and remember, like, what are we doing this year that we should be focusing on? And she pulled this from a little bit from the one thing, but she mentions in 2026 what we need to be doing and what we should not be doing. And so it's a good reminder because everyone gets motivated at the beginning of the year, right? You know, we set our New Year's resolutions. We all go to the gym for about 45 days and then we cancel the membership 6 months later. We get amped up at the beginning of the year, and sometimes it's really hard when you hit that mid-year to get that energy again. And so I just wanted to set this reminder. So in 2026, what we need to be focusing on is living on purpose. Prioritizing our one thing every single day, time blocking, success lists, not to-do lists, success lists, strong accountability partnerships, going small to achieve big, and starting your day with goals, not scrolls. What we should not be doing are outs, what we need to get rid of. And I can tell you, there's probably a couple of habits on the outs that I probably need to remove from my life. And let's think about that. Treating everything like it's urgent. To-do lists that pretend that they're priorities. Ooh, I'm guilty of this one. Do you know I put on my to-do list, create a to-do list? So then I can mark it off and feel better because I've done something on my to-do list. And then I sometimes home in on the little easy things that need to get done because it makes me feel better. But in reality, I need to look at and prioritize my to-do list because all those little things are just, it's fake busy work, right? Multitasking and calling it productivity. Saying yes to everyone but yourself. A calendar hijacked by other people's priorities. Good one. Starting the day with scrolls, not goals. Confusing busy with progress and trying to do it all alone. I want to hear from you guys. What do some of these things mean to you? What are some of your ahas? Self-realization. Maybe even what is showing up in your business right now that this kind of gives you a little bit of clarity on what you should be working on.
I think number 7, confusing being busy with progress is big for me because I can always find something to do. I'm always doing something, but really did it help me make any progress in the day? That's what I, in my day, thinking about. Like, did I fully do anything to get me through for a better tomorrow? And usually it's, well, I got dishes done and I got a lot of housework, yard work done, and I called a few people, but it really didn't help me for the next day.
Right.
So, you know, it says a lot to me.
Yeah. Who else wants to share?
I think number 5, a calendar being hijacked by other people's priorities is something that happens to me a lot. I think that, if you've got kids in the house, parents, or, and they're demanding of your time, then it's very difficult to stay focused. So I struggle with that a lot in my calendar day. If I set it up, I still have other inputs that come in and distract me. I get it.
Yeah, the calendar blocking is really important.
Yeah.
Right. Because if you don't stick to the calendar, say about lead gen. If you have lead gen set on your calendar every single day from, we'll just say 9 to 11. And something in your life comes up, you let it interrupt that lead gen time. Is everyone diligent in making up that lead gen time later in the week on those hours? Do we make up the time that we pivot and do what's,
Yeah, you're right.
we're probably not making up that time. So if you're supposed to be doing 10 hours of lead gen every single week, and it's on your calendar and you're not sticking to that calendar, then you have to make it up the following week, and then you just continue to dig that hole. And so what we're going to talk about next, thank you for sharing. When I talk about next is we're going to talk about the economic model and how numbers can tie in to what your activities, what your calendar should look like just per week, every single week. Now, who has seen this on the screen, the economic model? What is the economic model? Where does it come from? MREA. The MREA. Look at this bad boy. Mine is rough. Yes. Who's read the MREA? Who can name the 4 models in the MREA? Woo. Spit them out. You gotta think about elbow. Ready? Elbow. Economic,
Average.
lead generation, budget, and then organization, in that order. So you always start with the economic model, right? And then you start with lead gen. And as you master those models, then you look at your organization model. I'm sorry, and then your budget model and then your organization model. So the first one in there is the economic model, and we're gonna do this activity. So on the back of your page here, we should all have a little bit of a paper. And I know you guys aren't gonna get as excited as I do about numbers, but bear with me, please. This is a good exercise, okay? So we're gonna do it. All right, so everyone on the back, grab a pen. Does anyone need a pen? All right. So the economic model is thinking about the end in mind. How much money do I want to make? How much money do I want to make? Think about the end in mind. So if you are dual career, what does that number look like for you to go into real estate full time? Maybe that's a someday number, but what's your number? What is that sweet spot? Like, I want to make X amount of dollars from real estate. And we can say for the rest of 2026, or we can say in the next 12 months. But what is that number for you guys? And I want you to write it down, end in mind. So this is after company dollar, royalty, this is after your operating expenses come out, what you need, and the only thing is it doesn't it does not have what tax liability that you have. So just think about what is that amount of money that you want to take home in your business. And I want you to write on that top line, which is your net income. If you were brand new to real estate, and I ask a new agent this, 99% of the time is I want to make 6 figures. I want to make 100 grand from real estate. Okay. So that is your net income. So write that number in. Does everyone have that number down? Good. Now we're going backwards. So we're end in mind. So now we need to add back in our operating expenses and our cost of sales. Where I get really excited. Who knows what the difference between operating expenses and cost of sales are?
Pretty expenses. Photography, advertising, stuff like that.
It can be, yeah. Yeah. So your operating expenses are expenses that you incur no matter what. It does not matter if you sold 20 properties or you sold 0 properties. Operating expenses are expenses that you have no matter what. That can be if part of your value proposition is that you pay for listing photography, it could be listing photography. It's going to be your MLS dues. It's going to be your renewals. It's going to be your office bill. It's going to be expenses that you have to pay no matter what. If you sell 1 piece of property, 0 pieces of property, or 300 homes. These are your operating expenses. Okay. Cost of sales are expenses that you only incur if you sell a piece of property. An example of a cost of sale would be your company dollar in royalty. It could also be if you're paying an outside referral. Maybe you pay a transaction coordinator contract to close. That person's only getting paid during a transaction. Does that make sense? The difference between operating and cost of sales? You guys with me? I see this glaze over you all. Don't be afraid of the numbers. Don't be afraid of the numbers. Okay. So we have operating and we have cost of sales. I need you to add those numbers together and add it to your top number. So operating expenses typically for a newer agent with your MLS dues, your board dues, your renewals, your office bills, we're just going to say it's going to be roughly $3,500. All right. Cost of sales, and we're just going to do clean cut. Cost of sales in this example, I'm going to put as is not going to exceed the amount of your cap for a 12-month period. So in this instance, I'm going to base it on the classic model, which is the higher cap plus royalty. So that's $23,000.
All
right.
What's the other option?
It's a launch, which is 15 plus 3, 18,000. Okay? So now you have your end in mind, this, I wanna make 100 grand this year. And then I need to add back in my operating expenses and I need to add back in my cost of sales, which is gonna be my total cap. So in my example here, I need a total gross commission income of 126,500. GCI, you will hear GCI a lot. That stands for gross commission income. Up here is my net income after expenses. Are you guys with me on this? All right, so we've added back down. So now we're at our gross commission income. What I'm gonna take now, my gross commission income, I'm gonna divide that by my average commission for my business. Please know, commissions are all what?
Negotiable.
Negotiable. Yes, all commissions are negotiable. And in my fairy tale real estate business, because I sell often, nothing. I'm gonna say that for me personally, in my business, that my average sales price is about 250,000 and I charge 3% in my business. So that's gonna yield me an average commission rate of 7,000. So your average commission rate, you have to figure it out. What does that amount for you? So I'm taking my GCI, my gross commission income, and I'm gonna divide it by my average sales price, sales commission. And that's gonna give me that I need to sell roughly 18 homes. So I need to sell 18 houses at an average sales price of 250,000 to get a GCI gross commission income of 126,500 to net $100,000. Are you guys with me on this? Questions on your math? Anyone have questions on your math? Okay. Next step on here. Now we're going to split it up between the list side and the buy side. All right. Why is it important to kind of understand where you're at in the makeup of your business? Is everyone's business 50-50? Where you have 50% listing, 50% buy side? No?
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Goal, I think, is more like 60-40, 60 list side, 40 buy side. But yeah, I mean, there's the idea of balance. You definitely don't want to be one way or the other, because if one thing changes, say you're 100% buy side, and all of a sudden there's a spike in interest rates, you're going to have all of your buyers get real nervous, right? So you need to have that balance in your business. So for this example, on the buy side, I'm going to say 40% for buy side. And I'm going to say 60% for list side. All right. So I need to sell 18 homes, which means I need 7. All right, I'm going to go back to 50-50. I need to stop with I need some whole numbers here for me. All right, so this means I need to sell 9 homes to buyers and I need to sell 9 listings. All right. We're going to get to a point where we can calculate how many appointments that we need for this. So if I need to sell 9 homes in the next 12 months, 9 homes, you've got down here, percent of buy side equals homes purchased. So you're filling in the top 2 parts here. So right here, we're going to say 50%. The second line here for me is going to be 9. Now it has here 70% agreements to close. What does that mean? What does that 70% mean?
You know, the point that you're gonna make, you're gonna get 70% free.
So if you have, so it's a conversion rate, right? So how many buyers that you have, that you're working with and you're converting 70% of them, then how many buyer rep agreements do I have in order to sell 9 homes? So what you do is you take 9, you take how many homes you need to sell and divide it by 70%. So this is telling me that I need 9 divided by 70%. Means I need 12.8, we're just gonna round up. I need 13 buyer rep agreements to convert 70% of those buyers into their new home to get 9 homes sold. All right, we're talking about conversion rates. You see where knowing conversion rates is gonna help you in your business? So say right now that you have 9 buyers that you're working with and you convert 100% of the time. Well, that's a great conversion rate. But what does that mean? If I'm converting 100% of my buyers and I'm not hitting my goals, I'm only closing 9 and maybe I want to close more, what do I need? I need more appointments. If I have 100% conversion rate, then I need more people in my pipeline. All right, so conversion rate. So I need 13 buyer rep agreements to convert 70% in order to close 9. So then how many appointments do I need to set? So that's the next step. We're going to divide how many buyer rep agreements. And again, these conversion rates can be different for you. This is your business. This fluctuates. The 70% is on the national average. So if I take that I need 13 buyer rep agreements. This is telling me that I need 18.5 appointments. I need 18.5 appointments a year to convert 70% of those appointments into a signed buyer rep agreement, to convert 70% of those into 9 homes sold. 18.5 appointments. What's 18.5 divided by 12? This is 1.5 appointments a month. Just on the buy side. 1.5 appointments a month. 1.5 appointments a month will get me 18.5 appointments a year to convert 70% into 13 buyer rep agreements to convert 70% of those into homes sold. So I need 1.5 appointments to sell 9 homes in 12 months. Make sense? All right. I'm going to go through the list side real quick so we can look at our total appointments. I need 9 listings. And of those listings, now, obviously it fluctuates, your business may change, but I'm going to use the natural average. If you're putting it on the market 70% of the time, hopefully that is selling. So I need 12, so I'm going to divide this by 70%. So I need 12 we're going to say 13 listings taken. So 13 listings taken to sell 9 homes. I'm going to take that 13 and I'm going to divide it by, can you all agree with me that if you get into a seller's home and meet with a seller face to face, more than likely you're going to close that and get that client? So the national average is a little bit higher than with your buyer. So if you get in person with that agent, I'm going to say it's 75% of the time, but your averages may change in your business. It may be 80%, maybe 90%, it may be 40%. But if I can get in the home and I meet with a seller, 70% or 75% of the time, I'm going to convert that into a listing. It's going to tell me that I need 17.3. This is divided by 75. I need 17.3 appointments. Divide that by 12. And that's 1.4, but we're going to say 1.5. Okay, so I need 1.5 listing appointments a month plus 1.5 buyer appointments a month equals 3 total appointments a month in order to close 18 transactions in order to net 100,000. I know it's numbers. I'm really excited about these numbers, but the numbers tell a story. What does this tell you? I want some ahas on this. What does this tell you as far as the numbers are concerned?
You need to be busy.
Huh?
You need to be busy.
You can be busy, but okay, so let's break it down. We need 3 whole appointments a month. That's not even 1 appointment a week. So when you're thinking about your time blocking and you're looking at your calendar and the activities that you're doing, your goal should be to set what? An appointment. So in your business, if you have your Sunday goal, you have your goal on here and you break it down and you look at how many appointments you need to set every single week. So in here, I need to set 3 appointments a month. Well, I'm gonna up that. I'm gonna set 1 appointment a week. So what activities are you doing every single week to set that appointment? Because what's gonna happen if I don't set an appointment this week, then that means next week I have to set 2 appointments. If I don't set 2 appointments the following week, then I have to set 3 appointments the next week. That's why it's so important when we're looking at our time blocking in our calendar. Are we focusing on our one thing, which is to set an appointment? Or are we doing all the busy work that makes us feel like we're busy, that makes us feel like we're getting things done, but we're not actually focusing on the basics of setting an appointment? Share with me some ahas. Did anyone put in there a number that was 3 times, 4 times what they've ever made to calculate to see if it's possible? They just blow everybody's mind with numbers.
Doesn't take a lot,
It doesn't take a lot.
but, or to take, no, to take that, but.
This isn't even 1 appointment a week for 106 figures.
So it's not a lot. So if you stay busy and make the calls like you're supposed to, that's actually.
Right. So then you set your appointment per week. You hit your one thing. That's your one thing on your calendar, is to set an appointment. Then after you hit your weekly goal, then you do the other things. Then you prep your buyer rep agreement or revise your listing presentation, or you get onto your social media and you do your social posts, or you do the other things. But if you're not doing the one thing, that's why it came from The One Thing by Jay Papasan. If you're not focusing on your one thing, this doesn't matter. If you're not setting appointments, it doesn't matter if you're doing a bunch of social posts. It doesn't matter if you're updating your Google business page. It doesn't matter if you're making the perfect buyer rep agreement or listing presentation. Because if you're not setting appointments, none of that matters. So when you're looking at your time blocking, looking at your calendar, you need to make sure that you're putting in there the one thing that you need to be focusing on. Yes.
So I know there's some sort of number conversion of how many people do you need to contact to get the 3 meetings? That is definitely a statistic too.
Yeah.
20 conversations is usually one.
It's like 20 to
Yeah.
1. And so, and what I'm gonna show you next, you kind of.
I jumped the gun.
You know, you teed me up perfectly, Kendall. Is that's the lead generation model is the next model. And what you can do in this activity, the reason why I have you handwrite all this out is so that you understand the numbers. And I'm gonna jump into that, but I just wanted to point out one other thing. You can also use this tool to look at your prior year's numbers. Plug in what you actually made. Look at how many appointments that you set, because then you can identify what your actual conversion rates are, and maybe your issues fall into your conversion. Okay, so if I'm setting 20 appointments, but I'm only converting 1, that's a conversion issue on my appointment. So now I need to take a step back and look at, how's my buyer presentation look? If I'm getting the appointments but not closing, how's my listing presentation? Maybe I need to do that. Then if you look at your conversion from getting them under a buyer rep agreement or a listing agreement, but you're not getting them to the closing table. Especially if you're working with buyers, how many of you guys are working with buyers where you've showed over 20 houses? To one buyer? That's not fun, is it? Right? That takes up way too much time. And so if you're looking at those conversion rates, that brings up a conversation. If you're running around with a bunch of buyers and you're seeing 20, 30 houses and you're not writing on any of them or getting under contract, that needs to be okay, we need to sit down and have this conversation. Maybe we're not in alignment necessarily on what you want in a house and what I'm showing you, or maybe are they actually really motivated to buy? All right, so now, so here's the calendar example. What I want to show you is goal setting in command. And to Kendall's point, the goal setting in command will help you identify how many leads that you need to fill your pipeline in order to get those appointments. So it ties in the economic model and it ties in the lead generation model. Who in here has ever set their goals in command before? Okay, so you get the gold star again. Who else? Anyone else? Do we know where goals in command are? All right. If you come over here on the left-hand side and you have the reports button, click on that. And then you jump up here to type in goals. Here are your goals. If you have not set them, it's going to prompt up the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my goals in command. And we get started. And in here has the example of exactly what we just did on the lead gen or on the economic model. So I have what is my 2026 annual profit? I want to make $100,000. My expenses were $35,000. I'm going to take this to being on the classic, the higher cap.
Can you say that again? Which block did you pick the online reports?
In the search bar under reports, type in goals. That's just the easiest way to find it.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I'm gonna, in this example, I'm gonna go by what I wrote on the board. So 50% listings, 50% buyers. I'm gonna say average commission, 7,000. All right. So over here on the right-hand side, it's telling me, same up here, I need 126,500 in gross commission income. So you plug in exactly what we just did on the sheet for the economic model. You guys with me? All right. So I'm going to hit continue. And it has in here conversion rates. Now, if you've been in the business for years, you can look back at your historical data and you can update, customize these conversion rates if you'd like. But right now, what I'm going to do is just use the industry standard. It's telling me that 5% leads, contacts, appointment set, and then it converts everything for you. This is where it's building in the lead generation model. So I'm just going to hit continue. And I'm going to set my goals. So it's going to tell me, so this is tying in the lead generation model with the economic model, that I need 22,846 leads to get to my goal of 100,000. So think of the funnel, right? If you've done Ignite with me for the database class or any other lead generation classes, think of the funnel. You've got to fill the funnel, and eventually it's going to come and pop out your business. But you have to constantly be feeding your data bank with leads. And then you convert those leads into contacts. What's the difference between a lead and a contact? I don't know.
Well, lead is just closer to close,
A
closer to go.
lead is somebody who's serious
Briefing.
about moving forward
So-
transactions.
So a lead is somebody that maybe's clicked on a link on your website or linked onto Facebook and they've gotten thrown into your database. Maybe it's a lead from someone in your sphere that says, hey, this person might be interested in in buying or selling, but is that lead, are you in relationship necessarily with that lead yet?
No.
No, you only have permission to give them information. You do not have permission to have that two-way conversation. So now we're saying that we need 22,846 leads. And we need to convert those into contacts, people you have relationship, have that permission to have a two-way conversation with. So I need 1,142 contacts.
Before you got to this, and it's that triangle, did you just use the recommended rates?
Yes, I did. Yep. And so now it's going to. My conversion rates might be a little bit different on this, but it's telling me that I need to set 58 appointments and hold 42. And so the agreement, so the conversion rates that I did on here are slightly different from on here. So my conversion rates, I need to set 58 appointments, hold 42 appointments. That's where the lead generation model comes in. And then I need to have 32 agreements and get 24 of them under contract to close 18. So that appointments capped to under contract is slightly different from this exercise, but you get what I'm saying. This, if you set your goals in command and you're logging your appointments and you have your database in command, you can track your conversion rates. We have to use these tools because if we're just kind of running by the seat of our pants on these transactions and who we're talking with, that's not a scalable business. So I encourage you all to set your goals in command. I know that it's May, which is fine. Set your goals in command for the rest of this year. If you've already done transactions in 2026, it's going to pick those up. It's going to reflect that your transactions you've already done. All right.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. So when you do set this up, you've had closings already. How does that hold the data?
So it's in command. So it's tying in with your production already for this year.
Is
So it would show, so it would say, when you get to the closed units right here,
Yeah,
after you hit, it should say if you've had a closing, or you hit, yeah.
refresh me. I'm taking this workshop.
Yeah, you're fine. I can look at it after this.
Okay.
But it should auto populate, and if it doesn't, let me know and we can look.
Okay.
What are the ahas on this? I know this was a lot of me talking at you all. But I think it's important to really understand your numbers. We're almost at mid-year. And if you're not hitting the goals that you want so far this year, then this is gonna, one, help you recognize it, but we have to look at what our activities we're doing. I mean, 2 ahas before I turn it over to my affiliates for today.
I think it's interesting just to use it as a tracker instead of a calendar. It probably can help you know what appointments you kept, because I mean, I can't remember what appointments I had 4 months ago. So I think that would be very helpful, and also just the profit tracker. If you can see that number, it helps you either get busy or, celebrate.
Absolutely. And the more that you use that opportunities pipeline also, where you can see everyone in the different pipeline who you're working with, that helps you really recognize like, okay. Because whenever I mention like what's in your pipeline, agents will respond, oh yeah, I've got 2 under contract. Okay, and then that's not your pipeline. The pipeline is how many buyers you're, how many people are you having conversations with? How many are you cultivating and seeing potential business? All right, well, thank you guys for sticking it out. I know numbers aren't your all's favorite thing. It's my favorite thing all day, every day. Numbers. So thank you for entertaining me like that. If you have any questions on this, let me know. I'll be around after meeting, but I want to be conscious of everyone's time and keep going with our stuff.
This was very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So Mega Camp is coming up in August. If you guys are interested in attending Mega Camp or have any questions around what Mega Camp is, come find myself or Maggie. Kelly will be around tomorrow. It is going to be really good. They announced a couple of their speakers yesterday, which I was not on the call. But they're starting to send out promotional materials that their guest speakers, keynote speakers. But from my understanding, May Camp is gonna be a lot like, family reunion around social media and AI, and supporting your business that way. All right, and then tomorrow night is career night. I should have put a little, it's actually Kelly. Hi Kelly. Kelly will be here tomorrow doing career night. It's at 6 o'clock. If you know anyone that's interested in getting into real estate, we are offering scholarship programs for real estate school through K-Score and Kaplan. But tomorrow night here at 6 o'clock, this is the Facebook event. Invite anyone that you might know that's interested in getting into real estate. Next week, so we're lucky, we get Peter twice this month. So Peter is presenting next Tuesday a team meeting to all of the 4 market centers. And what's really interesting is he's gonna tell his story. So if anyone has ever heard Peter's story, it's good. It's very interesting. He actually told it, he did a MRA podcast with Jason Abrams a couple months ago. But Peter's gonna talk about all the lessons he's learned. And I can tell you the lessons that he learned are all from failure forward. And there's gonna be a lot of failures that he's gonna talk about. And so tomorrow or next Tuesday here at the Market Center, Peter will be on Zoom. He's gonna present to all 4 market centers. But yes, more time with Peter. So next Tuesday, be here. MRA podcast dropped yesterday. I listened to this one this morning. It's really interesting. Become the local Google, 300 deals in a small town. This guy lives in a town that has 9 stoplights in the entire city that he lives in. And he sells over 300 transactions a year. And he has become essentially the Google for his town. It's a really great listen. Definitely want to jump on there. MRA podcast. And you can find it on YouTube or any podcast outlet. All right, and it's awards. Woo! April! I killed you guys today, didn't I? Sorry. I'm really energized by it. All right, so monthly awards. Let's celebrate our March production, people. So we've got all of our $1 Million Club winners. So look at those guys. Maggie hit $1 million. Got Tammy, Tommy, Nancy Payer, Judy Doss, Peter, Jonathan Hardy, Ethan Bishop, Brandy McCaster, Stacy, Shelby, George Evans, Lance Song, and Brian Jackson, Don Eisenhower. So woo, $1 million.
Nice go, people.
All right, and then these are our top individual agents, closed volume. Nancy had a killer.
Oh my gosh, Nancy.
Nancy Pater, 3.2 or 3.4 million. Tammy Tommy, 1.7. Jonathan had a great month too, 1.4. George Evans, 1.1. And Don Eisenhower, just over $1 million. So awesome to you. And then top individual closed units. So we had Tammy Tommy with 6 units, Nancy had 4, and then we had all these lovely people with 3 units. So give them a congrats.
Awesome.
Yay, golf clap. All right, and then GCI. We don't advertise how much they made, but you can tell that they got some good money in April. So Nancy Payer, Tammy Tommy, Jonathan Hardy, George Emmons, and Lance Song. Woo! All right, top teams. Teams are comprised of 2 licensed agents. And that's Ohio Valley Home Partners with 1.4 units. They will be getting pushed into groups next month, I have a feeling. They might be adding a team member. And then we have MK Home Group with Mag Kilo, 3 units, and Parsley Sons team. All right. And then top groups. So top groups is 3 licensed agents and above. And we have Peter Chabris, the Chabris Group with 55 units and 19 million. And then we have Team Jackson with 40 units and 1.1 million. So great job, guys. A good one. There we go. First KW7H closing. So this doesn't mean first closing ever. This is just at 7 Hills. And we've got Aiden had his first closing. Congratulations. Annie had her first KW7H closing. Eli Joffe, Mariah Bigford, and Billy Parker all got closings. top listing and buy side. So Tyson pulled it in with a $975 or $1,000 listing. And Nancy Pater with 1.3 million. So congratulations to you. And to our April cappers, look at those guys. Nancy, Nathan, Krista, Brandon, and Tyson. Oh, look at that, most eager to learn in April. So if you guys didn't know, Shannon, who just got her license last week, she spent the entire month of April attending Ignite. So she's attended Ignite for an entire month of April. She passed her real estate license. She's joining PC. And in about a couple months, we're gonna be sitting up here looking at her, well, maybe even sooner than that, on the first closing. So we're really excited. We're gonna do some great things. I love it. And then also Chris Greathouse. So these guys were in here I think they came to 90%. How many Ignite classes did you miss? Did you miss any?
I think this is 2 classes.
2. So yeah, so that's not quick on math, but it's about 90% of all the Ignite classes. So I appreciate it. It was great having you guys in the classroom. So congratulations on this year. And then okay, so our next slide is our culture award winner. She's not in the room right now. But she might, you would get her. You go there, yeah, I'll get her. If she's here. She might run out. Who's it? Push awkward silence, so. Travis. And Lolita. Is she coming? I heard her, yeah. Oh my gosh, and so for April, our culture award winner is Erie.
Oh, look, I'm in trouble, what's going on?
Yes, you're in trouble. So, this is voted on by leadership, and Annie, we just obviously welcomed you in April, but you have come in and immediately started making an impact on the culture of this office. And, we just wanted to say thank you and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
That's amazing, thank you.
And if you haven't had a chance to sit down, meet with Annie and talk about PC, definitely do that. She is getting a program. You guys have seen those posts right in our internal page with the PC introducing themselves. I think it's great. It's gonna be great. Annie is building a program and I'm very much looking forward to what you guys are gonna have ahead of yourself.
They're
Yeah.
getting it done, so.
Getting- Awesome. All right.
Well, thank you guys so much.
All right, well, we are done with awards, so thank you all for sitting through it, and we've got Homefront. We got Homefront and Viridian. Michelle, are you coming up too?
It's okay, we can get this floor to Rob today.
Okay, all right, well, Rob is here with Homefront Mortgage, and he is our affiliate today along with Viridian. And Rob, you've got the table.
I'm gonna kind of talk as I walk around and pass this out, but my name's Rob. Last name Anderson. Super excited to be in this office. Tell you guys a little bit about myself. I have just about 10 years in sales and finance experience. Previously, I ran a car dealership where my dealership was nationally recognized for customer service. And I held the city of Cincinnati for top minutes for about 3 or 4 years in a row. I don't know if anybody's ever worked in the car business, but it does not really offer a great work-life balance. And actually, I've wanted to be a lender since 2018, so here I am finally, right? I'm a husband, I'm a father to 2 daughters. One is graduating, one at Hills High School here Thursday, actually. And another one's 8 years old. But enough about me. So Homefront, in your packet there, I've put together a list of different loan programs that we offer, and as you guys can see, it's pretty much everything. You know, your normal FHA, conventional USDA, VA, and then a lot of different investor programs there as well. My office is right over there. If you guys ever want to talk about these a little more in depth, I'm more than happy to sit down and chat with you guys about it. Yeah, so. Homefront's great. We have access to a lot of different lenders, so a lot of different loan scenarios. If you guys have anybody that, you know, previously maybe wasn't approved and you'd like somebody to take a second look, I'd be happy to do so. Like I said, I'm in the office all the time, but even if I'm not there, this thing stays attached to my face and I'm available pretty much at all times. So, I come from a smaller bank where, our lending options were a little more limited. And, you know, I did my due diligence when, you know, speaking with everybody over at Homefront, and I made sure that I was making the right decision, and the amount of programs that we have to offer at Homefront are incredible. So, and as you guys may know, we're partnered up with Veridian, so it kind of gives you guys that unique experience or opportunity to have a lender and your title company all within the same office, right? So I'm not calling the title company, or they're not calling me and playing phone tag and waiting for email to be returned. We're just walking a couple doors down and, getting on each other and making sure files are getting handled, right? So outside of, you know, what I bring to the table is, I'm sure some of you already have relationships with some great lenders, so, you know, what I bring to the table is everything that you expect out of a great lender, right? But I try to do some things that, you know, maybe you're a little different. I like to do open houses. Tracy can attest to that. I like to host open houses, so I also put a little example in there of a flyer that we made up for an open house, and I put a little QR code there. And I show up with a laptop, and my cell phone gives me a mobile hotspot. So if you guys happen to have a buyer walk into an open house that is unrepresented, or, you know, super excited about that particular house, I'm willing to sit down with them like in the other room and sit down and get it going right away, right? Yeah, that's really about all I got for you guys. Anybody have any questions for me?
I just have a question about,
Yeah.
how do reverse mortgages work now? Are they, that's something where you get a reverse mortgage, but you stay in the home until you pass?
Correct.
Is it pass or go into assisted living?
You see,
Like-
so they have to occupy the property,
They have to occupy the property,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, the couple of lenders in here, so I've never done a reverse mortgage yet. I've you know, consulted with somebody on one. I think you have to be like 65 or older.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
Okay, I just didn't know if they still had it where you could do a reverse mortgage and live, you can live there until you pass away,
yes,
whatever that is.
I think that's the whole point, is that, you know what I mean, it has to be owner occupied. They are, you know, obviously responsible to maintain property taxes and insurance.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Great question. I'm not super well versed in those, I haven't.
Okay. Neither am I.
Yeah.
Might have a client who needs it.
But yeah, all the information is out there, so if you guys have any scenarios at all, I'm not one to, I believe if you're not growing, you're dying, right? And I'm not one to sit there and think that I know everything, right? But if there's something that I don't know, I love to learn, and you know, you guys bring me a scenario, I'm gonna dig in, I'm gonna figure it out. One way or the other, for sure. Any other questions? What's Michelle? You want me to grab her?
I think she's gonna let you, she's gotta go there.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't really have much else. I did get you guys some Chick-fil-A, so. That's cool.
It looks beautiful. I walked in and saw it.
Oh, yeah.
There's cookies and brownies.
The cookies and brownies are more for me. I guess I'll share. But, thanks, guys. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Alright, and just so you know, his office is right across from the kitchen, so
Yeah.
make sure you pop in, say hi to him. Alright, and then we've got a couple more minutes left to do I Have I Need. So who's got some listings, buyers? Brielle, what do you got, girl?
That one first.
Yes, what does your buyer need?
Yeah, just one.
What is she looking for house-wise? Is she got something specific in mind?
She's looking for a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, just for some.
Okay,
I sent her like a hot sheet.
yeah,
Town.
Any specific location?
She's thinking Hyde Park, like four west. Yeah, that's much, she said it's like the west side, Hyde Park.
She qualified, I mean, was she qualified as?
I'm still waiting.
Still waiting.
Yeah.
Working on getting their credit in line and everything, okay. Well, once you get a firm idea from the lender, how much her purchasing power is, then make sure you bring it in here, maybe you might be able to. See someone has a pocket listing or listing coming that fits their requirement. Awesome, who else?
I need Newtown under 250, LOL. Like a fixer's fine, Newtown surrounding, somewhere around there. Ideally a garage, it's full with a fixer though. If you guys hear or see of anything. Let me know.
Tracy?
Have a couple listings coming up. On the east side, a 3-1 detached oversized art garage, about a half acre, it's a ranch. That should be coming on the market in a couple weeks, price is still to be determined.
Where was it at?
Eastgate area.
Okay, Eastgate, nice.
Then I have in Batavia, CNE School District, it's a ranch, a 3-2, 1 car attached and 2 cars detached on an acre. To be determined on price. Then I have a 3, 1.5 bath, almost a half acre. Has a detached 2-car oversized garage. There is access from the oversized garage to patio room, so you can get into the house that way. It's on a half acre. That one should be under 300. And then a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with an in-ground pool at Eastgate, 2-car unfinished basement.
That's basic.
For the next 3 weeks, so.
Wow,
3 weeks,
awesome.
okay. All right, give it Tracy if you have anyone outside of.
Yeah, please.
I forgot, I brought one coming to. Taking my pocket. I have please somebody have a handicap client that can use this house. I have an awesome house that is a ranch that has handicap accessible bathrooms. We left them. We can change them if need to, but we left them because they're amazing. And we renovated the whole thing and it's beautiful. It's in Fairfield. It's gonna be right under 400. It's got a ranch, nice lot. It's awesome. So if anybody knows anybody that's looking for like an accessibly friendly home, I would love to put somebody in there that could really benefit from it. Since like it's all done for somebody. There's a ramp out front and everything. It's awesome.
I've got, Hyde Park, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, dead end Gaslight Street, right off Paxton, and from Hyde Park Plaza, 325. And then, a condo, 2-bedroom, 2 bath in Eden Park, just up from the Mirror Lake. That's gonna be, it's 1,300 square feet, so big. That'd be 185. It's older, and it's clean, but it needs, it could use some taste, but it's moving, like, and it would be a great room.
And I know, isn't there someone looking for a condo last week?
What's the HOA on that?
495.
I would, yeah, my buyers said. I need a new build feel at least in the 800 to 900,000, somewhere between Oakley and or Indian Hill, not Madeira, or Kenwood, Montgomery. Preferably, she really wants to be in Pleasant Ridge.
Why not
Those
Madeira?
ones didn't work,
Okay.
Why don't they want Madeira?
because Madeira has a school tax and they have an income
Oh,
tax.
yeah, they do.
And they're trying to get out of Wyoming.
Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
Indian Hill has that, unless you guys know, does Indian Hill have the extra school tax plus the extra income tax? Like if you make over X amount in some neighborhoods, they tax you on your income.
Yeah, you can pay a 1% in
Yeah,
Madeira.
yeah, like Wyoming does it, Madeira does it, I don't know if Indian Hill, but anyway, Indian Hill. Something with like a blown out beautiful white or gorgeous kitchen. 800,000 to 900,000 has to have a garage, obviously. Yeah, finished basement, and then I have a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath in Cherry Grove coming. It'll be 360, it needs updating, but it's really an amazing layout. 2-car garage, 2-story, in a really cute Cherry Grove neighborhood. For student belonging. I'm meeting with them again today to say, "Get your ass here." And so I'm hoping in 2 weeks. It just has a lot of personal possessions in it, so I don't think it's ready to be seen by the public. Good call.
Okay. Emily?
I've got one coming tomorrow, Hamilton. It's a 3-2. It's gonna be priced to sell at $250. 2-car garage, nice, huge, flat backyard. I think it's even fenced in. And it's kind of close to Westchester. So it's on the, you know what I mean? And it's a really nice neighborhood. Great little, safe, I feel safe there. So. Can't use that word. I can't say safe. So, I was kind of curious. I was gonna say family and then I was like, yeah. Well, this is good. You guys don't tell anybody. We're all on the same team.
It's got a lot of good green space.
A lot of good green space.
Facials here.
Spacious yard. Thanks, Steve. And I still have a Lakeview property on the market. Tony wants it, but it's out in Goshen. It's gonna be a little too far for him.
But somebody wants to buy it.
You won't say no, in other words, you're going to
Visit,
toss it up,
you
yeah.
know.
See how that-
Son?
I've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, completely updated. It's off of River Road. It's on Wisconsin Road. It's going live. Coming soon on Thursday. It'll be live the following week. 225. It's a great little house. It's got a full wraparound porch where you can see a view of the river. And then I've possibly got a 4-family, they're all 1-bedroom units coming up in Norwood. We're still deciding on price. It's been well maintained and cared for many years.
Can you tell me about that?
And then, well, I can't really give prices right now because my buyers and my sellers, we haven't really talked about pricing, but I've got a buyer that's gonna be looking for a minimum of 4-bedroom with a full basement. They're buying up to like 500 in Norwood, Pleasant Bridge, Deer Park area. And then a sale in Colerain. We don't know price yet, so I don't even wanna go there. So I have those details saying up yet.
I'm always. Multi. Yeah.
Listening plan on Thursday for.
Oh, yeah, I'll do singles too. Flip wise or investment wise, I'm game.
Anyone else I need? I did just realize there was a missing slide for this week, Thursday. We are doing a self-defense class in here. The time. I think it's from 10, it's right on the front here, 10 to 1. It'll probably end early, but just so you know, like the self-defense class for realtors, anyone's open to coming to this. It's really important. I think that we talk a lot about, like, obviously, we're in situations where we never meet a client at their house that we've never met before, right? So you want to make sure that you're using your brain and meeting them in a public spot, preferably the office in a professional setting, or coffee. But this is really important that we need to all, as realtors, keep our head on a swivel. In situations, we find ourselves in homes that are possibly vacant, getting it ready for maybe an open house. We are putting ourselves out there, probably more so than we realize. And the self-defense class is being taught by one of our agents and her daughter. They're both black belts. So this is a great class. So please, if you guys are available on Thursday, you should be in here, dress to hit things.
Is it
And
for Franken? Is he doing it?
so originally we had Mark who was gonna do his training with the pepper spray, but we had to reschedule that part of it. But this will be with Trisha Hempel. She's out of our Oxford location, and her daughter are coming on Thursday. So we'll move the tables around. We'll have a big space in here. If you know anyone outside of the brokerage, they don't even need to be a licensed agent. You should invite them to this, but this is an important class for everyone to take. So hopefully we'll all see you on Thursday. And we have food, so go get the food. Talk about your I have, I needs. And, yeah, hopefully everyone's AC.
Wow, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, check my big office. So there's someone here.
So feminine.
Whole bag of chicken.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
I was like,
get it.
Yeah.
Well, let me get on.
Yes.